Marp1981, thanks for the 19-month Prime. That other YouTube channel is actually my editor's channel. I don't have any input to it at all. He's just messing around, making some other videos on there for fun. I don't think I have Muri on Steam at the moment, so Gainer is gonna have to invite him in here. If you want to check out my second channel, it's just got some funny moments from my stream. He's been uploading, like, the replay reviews channel is still a thing as well. Been uploading all my replay reviews to that one. Right, 3 matches. I don't know what Gainer's talking about there, but let's just get into it. It's Gainer versus Muri. Oh, thanks to Boozy for the 2-month Prime. Appreciate that. And thanks Alex Panda for joining the YouTube channel. Speaking of YouTube, got a new channel member over there. Well, I think you might actually have remembered for the 2nd month, but I appreciate all the channel members, of course. Okay, it seems stable, says Gainer. But it looks like Muri might have gone AFK. Oh no, he's here. Okay, oh no. That doesn't look stable to me. That looks like somebody's microwaving potatoes again. I don't know, let's find out. Muri just tabbed in, so he's also got lag. Everybody's lagging in here. Freestylers, all of the worst connections. The most total wins on my stream. That is a good question. Because out of all of the players that I actually calculated total wins and losses for, Scrub and Fairy were not there were not players I did that for, because I already knew I was going to put them GOAT tier. A lot of people are talking about my top players of all time tier list and saying, I think this guy should be in GOAT tier alongside Scrub and Fairy. I think that guy should be in GOAT tier. And I'm just here thinking this was like the easiest decision of the entire list, not to put anybody with Scrub and Fairy, because for me they're so far ahead of everybody else that it was like a piece of cake to put them there. But maybe other people want to give more weighting to other stuff. That's up to them. Not me though. Parking the boss, thanks to 258 bits. So it's a cheeky little freestyle here from Gainer. He's got this one under really good control. Dodge available and another one, but it looks like Muri got the save. That's huge, because this would have been a really tough goal to beat. There was huge air dribble and several resets. There's a bounce by Muri and the backflip flick. Holy cow, he's getting some mad height on it. It's going to be difficult to keep those out the second that Muri gets one on target. So a high standard of shot difficulty already. Gainer also going to bounce off the deck. Really clean takeoff by him. Once again, he's got the ball moving exactly the way he wants. And it looks like that dunk is on target slowly. Muri almost own goals, but he keeps it out. Whoa! We got 100 quid for a freestyle show match. I'll go tell them that there's a prize pool. Great save by Gainer, so it's still 0-0, so I can tell them. Yeah. RJC, you are insane. Once again, really appreciate that. Thanks for showing the freestyle community some love. Let's see who can rise to the challenge. These guys are already going for some insanely difficult shots with no prize on the line. There's a couple of resets for Muri. Backflip, flick, rebound, and that's going to be 1-0. Gainer was typing, but I don't think it would have made a difference. He's not saving that one. And Muri has set the bar pretty high with his very first goal.
This thing
not bad.
Setting, but this is the 3rd time this month I got a free text-to-speech from Twitch.
There you go.
Subbing even gave me an extra month on my stream.
There you go. 4-month Prime from Daddy Haley. Well, thank you for the resub. Apparently, the 4th one this month. Really appreciate you. Throbian, thanks for the 4-month Prime as well. We've also got Jammin 014 with the brand new Prime. Welcome
from
to the stream.
To drop us up. Thanks for the years of entertainment.
Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for swinging by from YouTube for your Twitch Prime sub. Just in case anybody on YouTube isn't aware, you can subscribe to me on Twitch for free with Twitch Prime. And all you need for that is an Amazon Prime account. You connect the accounts for free. It takes a couple minutes. You can sub to me for absolutely nothing. It's really, really great of Amazon to set that up. Many years actually now that's been a thing. Dart05, thanks for the 3-month Prime. Speaking of, there's been some actually fantastic saves already in this match, and I think with money on the line, we're not likely to see too many free goals being given away. This is a really long air dribble by Gainer, and of course he's got a dodge intact. High rebound. Oh, it's just off target. He had to go straight up in the air in order to just get that rebound close to the goal. He says that he teleported. It was like a really difficult shot to hit. Muri's got his dodge. Ridiculous backboard read, and he actually gets it nearly on target. to be able to predict that that ball's going to bounce in to the right by that much is very impressive. For Muri, a couple of resets for Gainer. He's going to try bouncing. He doesn't land properly. He's not too happy with that, thinking that perhaps it should have been a clean bounce. Those are a bit inconsistent. There's no doubt. Nutfed, thanks to the Prime. Really appreciate all these Primes, guys. Thanks for saving them for me. Really appreciate that. Is it most goals or best goals? It's going to be best goals. So at the end of this 3-game series, it's a short one, so pay attention. We're going to get Twitch chat to vote on who scored the best goals. Right now it's obviously Muri, because he's the only person to have scored a goal, but Gainer's had a couple of really, really close ones. There was that insane air dribble into backflip flick rebound that just went wide of target, and then there was the air dribble that started off with a couple of resets and then a bounce and more resets. Here he goes again. Now this is scoreable. It's a flick from low range, but again Muri with a save, and this is key. If Muri can get those saves with any sort of consistency, he increases his win potential significantly. Now, smell of another backflip flick. It's a low one this time, and it's actually gone in. And it'll probably be one of the lower difficulty shots that we see all night, but it still counts as something. It's just more ground for Gainer to make up. And I mean, I say it's an easy shot. It's still a pretty nutty goal. But by Muri standards, that is very basic. He does this on the daily, and if you haven't already, I'd absolutely recommend you check out these guys live streaming on Twitch, because they do, this every single game. Muri actually loves to just queue up for ranked 1v1 and freestyle on people. That's his thing. So it's very entertaining to watch. That'll be 1-0 to Muri. I'll save that replay if I remember. There we go. There we go. Just so we can check it out at the end here. We're going to switch to US East for game 2. Tijor, thanks for the 100 bits. We've also got Dr. Manatee with the Prime. Welcome to the stream.
Chat,
and we've got Woodside Mob with another £100 donation. What?
20.
Oh my days. Okay, better let them know. Woodside Mob matching the legendary RJC there. That is ridiculous. And Gainer is getting more and more nervous. Every donation that comes in, it should be Gainer to start this one off. I think did Muri not have the last shot? I can't remember who had the last shot, but Gainer's giving it to Muri. Muri will oblige. He's got his dodge available. High flick to the backboard. There's the rebound on target, and that'll be 3 goals unanswered. Muri is building quite the lead for himself.
I would always bet on him if my life counted on it, boy B.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there, Vacanis. After a lot of thought, I did actually put Fairy as my number 1, but Scrub is right behind him. He's right behind him, and then third place is miles back. It's probably Cuck's third, in my opinion, and he's way, way back on those two. And Gainer's still got this one going. It's a nice dodge, but the ball is so close to the ground, you couldn't do anything with it. So it's going to be difficult for Gainer in this lobby as well. He says he's going through the ball still. Well, hopefully he can figure this one out sooner rather than later, because Muri is giving him no mercy, and Gainer is giving Muri an open goal. And oh, it would have been a good one actually. I can show Muri how to set up a self-host, and we can take turns doing games like that. What is a self-host? I don't know what that is. I don't know what he's talking about. I guess it's like some lobby that you, instead of it being on a Psionic server, you just have your own server. Maybe it has better lag. I mean, he's given up a bit early here. There's still almost 4 minutes left in game 2 and another game after this one. And although Muri scored 3 unanswered goals, 2 of them have not been, absolutely insane. If Gainer can score a couple of nutty goals, I could think, a lot of people in chat are probably going to vote for him ahead of Muri's 3 goals. Just because 2 of them were, for the caliber of shots that these guys can do, much lower quality. Better lag, yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is Gainer when he's off. Just shows you how scary he can be when he's on, because he's had some really close calls today. And how has he managed to keep that one alive? That's an insane save. Just when it looked like the air dribble was over, Gainer starts working it towards the top corner, and he's gonna make sure. No dodge at the end of this one. He just wanted a goal. It's been too long. And that's an unbelievable save. The fact that he kept that one in the air at all left Muri speechless as well. So this could be the comeback. Muri just set a big warning sign there. Gainer is not out of this one. He's going to try a sidewall rebound. That is not far off. Wow. If he can hit that, it would certainly be a whole lot more impressive than his backwall rebounds that he's been attempting. And he wasn't too far off that, which is worrying for Gainer. Because I think out of the two of them, Gainer's going to have the harder time saving shots. How is he keeping this in the air? That is unbelievable. Muri will keep it out. But the fact that it's in the air at all, honestly amazing. Gainer thinking about typing him again, but he's going to quickly get back. He needs to get a couple saves here. Muri actually looking to squash this one in, but he doesn't get the landing that he was looking for. I mean, Gainer could get right back into contention here with one great goal. He's got his flip available to help him keep this ball in the air. I'm going to boost an awful lot here. There is the dodge just to take off into the air. That is incredible by Gainer, and it's another ridiculous recovery air dribble. He uses his dodge to flip back up into the air after his car landed flat on his back. That has, I think, never been used successfully in a goal on my stream for any of these freestyle 1v1s. Gainer has pulled it off. 2 insane recoveries to score 2 air dribbles. Now here comes Muri with a huge backflip flick. That was on target. See the distance and the power that he's able to generate. Rebounds really are possible from the halfway line if he can keep this up. Gainer is just going for the old faithful here, and that is going to bounce down. Gainer with a read. Oh, he's arrived a bit too early. What a read, though. After noticing that he'd launched the backflip flick straight into the curve, and the wall meets the ceiling. Muri was trying to get another reset there with his own backflip. Gainer's almost let it go past him. Like I said, his camera settings are probably worse for goalkeeping, so he might let in an easy goal later on if he's not careful. That was going to be too easy for Muri. Gainer, a couple of resets and a backflip flick of his own. He's 6 extra than 1,000 bits. All these 1,000 bits donations, guys, are all far too kind. Cheers, I should call them. Johnny Boy versus Gainer. Oh no, not sure about that one. Oh, Muri gets his car facing the wrong way, so his backflip actually sends him backwards. That's given Gainer a chance to go from way back to being in front. And look at the power. Look at the shots. Oh, Gainer's actually taking right now. Unbelievable stuff with the backflips. Muri had no chance there. He just had to hope that Gainer would hit the bar or miss the ball entirely. He's going to try and dodge it into position here. Gives it to Gainer. Gainer is actually going to put it in for overtime. Now that is brave. So obviously this doesn't count towards Muri's total. What Gainer is saying here is let's go to overtime and see who can get the best goal, or who can get the goal. He's going to maybe give it one more go on 0 seconds. I mean, either way, own goal or not, he was going to get one more chance, so it makes sense to do this. But this actually gives Muri a chance to score should Gainer miss. So it's a ballsy move, and now Muri will have a shot at it. Let's see if he can get back on the score sheet. After 3 unanswered goals, it's been Gainer with a couple of his own. Oh dear, Muri actually failing his flip reset. He's just going to go without one. Well, no doubt he'll get it on the way to Muri's net. Not a good bounce though. Muri attempting to bounce his car off the ground and get back into the air, but it landed a bit too flat. Gainer trying to win it all. Will the risk pay off? He's the one who volunteered for this overtime. So far, it has been risky business. Here comes Muri. Once again, he's got his reset available. He jumps off the air, or jumps rather into the ball with it. So it's a very short-lived reset. Nervous OT in game 2. Very quick turnovers. Gainer just going for an easier goal. Wants to add to his collection just a little bit. But Muri's kept it out. There's the reset, or actually just the clean takeoff. He never jumps here, so Muri's got his dodge available. Set to spiral all the way around here into the floor pinch. Gainer stays low and in the way of it. Muir apologizing here. Might have thought that this is not a good enough goal. I think it was definitely sufficient to gain a few chat votes here and there. Gainer looking for that crazy angle rebound that Muri tried to show us earlier. You really do need to catch that one so perfectly, both on the setup flick and also on the redirect. If you don't get the perfect connection, it's going to be a pretty routine save. Now here's Muri. Oh, he should have put that one in. That was an ideal initial hit. He let go of the boost for a tiny bit, and that was all it needed to be too far out of range. Couple of resets for Gainer. He's going to re-catch the ball in the midfield. Bounce back into the air. Now that's one good recovery. Still has his dodge. Muri probably well aware of this. And Gainer almost always has his dodge available. He's come a long way, Gainer, since the first freestyle show match that he played a part in. There's a second takeoff from the ground, and he's still going strong. This is impressive. High rebound attempted, but it's going to be off target, and all that setup for nothing. That could have been just another straight up air dribble goal, and I think it would have been worth it. The ball is back in Muri's control. 5-minute setup. Well, yeah, they try not to go for too many just bland air dribbles. They try, like, you know, reset air dribbles, bounce air dribbles, bounce air dribbling. The day that became a thing. Combining air dribbling and bounce dribbling. But yeah, the combination of lots of different tricks is what makes these air dribbles impressive, besides the fact that they're keeping the ball in the air for so long. Gainer's got his dodge. That is a decent hit. It's going to go straight down, and well played Muri. Sitting inside the goal. Did not accidentally put it into his own net. Whoa, Blyman Gamer with 37 months. Welcome back with a tier 1. Really appreciate that. Great bounce by Muri. Now here comes for the simple rebound. Gainer gets a touch on it. Well done. So that could have easily bamboozled Gainer there with his weird camera settings. He managed to read that it was in fact off target. Well into overtime now. They're looking for very high level shots here. Nobody wants to pick up an easy goal. They don't want that tiny little swing of audience satisfaction. They're going for the big one. Oh, that was interesting. So it looked like Muri was attempting to pop the ball back into the air using his car that time. Usually he would land beside the ball or behind it. This time he's tried to get the ball to land on top of him. Now Muri's pre-jumped to save. That can't be a good idea. Gainer off target is the only real thing that's kept him from conceding here. Jorgui23, thanks for the 7-month prime. Sorry if I've completely butchered your name. It's not the best takeoff by Muri, but he does get the ball a bit more on target here. And an extra touch will seal it. Well played. Muri, just the perfect adaptation. When he realized the backflip flick wasn't going to make it, he chased after and got double touch. And that started off in his own corner, so it's certainly a noteworthy goal. It's going to be a tough one so far. I think Muri's winning on variety, there's no doubt about that, but actual mechanics, I think Gainer probably has the edge. We'll see what Twitch chat decides at the end of this one. Luckily they have pretty similar ping here, so I think we'll just stick with this server for game 3, final game in the series. So far Gainer scored 2 goals, Muri scored 4. 2 of Muri's goals were a bit easier than his other 2. Will I show the goals at the end? Yeah, I think I'll show the goals again at the end before we get the chat to vote. And after this game, we'll watch all the goals back. So far, there have been 6 entries. And then Twitch chat can vote on the winner of the £200 prize pool, at least most of it. It's probably something like $250 in the pot for this. Gainer starting off inside Muri's half. That usually means a lot of air dribbles, or a lot of flip resets, I should say. He's tried to pop the ball off the front of his own car as well. Turtle air dribble start for Muri. There's the reset. He's going to bounce into position. He's a bit ahead of the ball. Has to go back and collect it. So I think I ran away from him ever so slightly. P-Berg, thanks for gifting a sub to Noah Guy. Welcome back to the stream, Noah Guy. That's your second month sub, and also 2 gifted subs from P-Berg. Appreciate you. Little spin into bounce takeoff for Gainer. And he's in a great spot here. Look how much height he's able to generate. He tries to dunk it in, but Muri's in the way of it. Well done with his positioning. He made himself as big as possible. I don't think Gainer got the best touch on the ball. But Muri's presence was enough to send him back into his own half. A little backflip reset attempt from Muri. It is one of the more difficult landings for on-the-ball resets. Seen him do it multiple times on his own stream. I think so far today he's been unsuccessful both of the times he attempted it. Gainer just using the ceiling to help him change the ball's direction. He will lose control here after keeping it initially with a bounce. Muri inside Gainer's half. Dodge already available. Here comes the sidewall rebound attempt. It's a tough read. He's actually so close with that again, but not close enough. And with these really tight angles, I don't know if Gainer is likely to concede one of these. It would need to be the dream shot, like the absolutely perfect placement and insane power as well to have any chance of going in. Sound a little more like a gymnastics commentator right now. Yeah, like gymnastics, figure skating, diving, like any of these sports that have, you know, shot difficulty, and they're attempting different types of tricks. What other sports do that? There's probably some like weird horse jumpy over things sport that I don't know the name of. And then there's freestyling in Rocket League. Here's the dodge for Gainer, top corner. And that is going to make things even more interesting. Anybody who had Muri in front now is going to be thinking again, is Gainer now equal? Is he ahead? We'll watch back all the goals at the end to find out. But Gainer opens his scoring in the final game of the series. Muri going to bring it back to his own half. Looks like Gainer's still having some difficulty with lag. Oh wow, Muri actually going to attempt a dribble on the side of his card, and if he could pull that one off, I don't know what how many pogs we're going to see in chat, but if he actually dribbles while he's doing that little sideways driving, I don't know what if it's even got a name, the thing that Justin did on his stream one time. Oh wow, that's a great placement by Gainer. Look for the rebound. It's just off target. Muri was there covering most of the goal. Is he going to try it again? No, he's just going to go for another wall play. No dodge so far. There it is. Just used it straight away. Heavy hit, and he can't catch up to it. Gainer making sure. He doesn't want to let any easy goals go in because, you know, although I don't think people would use them too much to count towards who they think is winning, it could be the small difference in a series that ends up being super close. Gainer saying what here? You must think that he landed that one perfectly. Oh, he was trying to flip into the ground. It looked like he was a bit too side on. I don't know if it would have worked out. Long Driver 300, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. Muri going for full pitch air dribble of his own. Certainly not as adept at air dribbling as Gainer is, but he's still got the capability to go one length of the pitch to the other and pull something off when he arrives. Gainer's going to try and show him how it's done. Whatever you can do better. At least that's the thinking anyway, and that's not a bad start. He's into the ceiling and continues on his way. Couple of resets. Still has another one, and he's going to flick it at the end of it for 2-0. And that is certainly a better outcome than what Muri was able to get. Even with a £200 prize pool, Muri is still freestyle goalkeeping. I don't know if he would have saved this though. That was going to be an insanely difficult read with how close to the ball Gainer was when he arrived at Muri's goal. Muri needs something here. He hasn't had anything at all in game number 3. Both of the other games he's had a couple goals in. Here he comes across the pitch again. Backflip flick on target, and I think Gainer's just misread it. It's gone in, and that's something for Muri finally. It's just a long range backflip flicky set this one up by air rolling forward as well. So a little bit different from most of the backwards setups that he's gone for. Oh wow, Gainer says, let me tie it. He's going to accept the overtime challenge again. So the reason Gainer's doing this is because usually if he, if he just goes for this one attempt at 2-1 and misses it, there's a chance that Muri will drop the ball and then that's it, game over. And there's been no additional goal this series. But now, you can either take one chance here and score it, and probably give himself a big advantage by doing so. Or, in the case that he doesn't score, he drops it and then he has a 50-50 chance. He still fancies his chances to get the goal in that position. Looks like it will go in into overtime. Muri says, see you in 30 minutes. AK Bathtub, thanks for gifting a sub to 1am Ramen RL. Welcome to the stream, Ramen. Muri starting things off in overtime. He's going for that same sidewall read that he's failed a couple of times on. That's his best one yet. Oh, wow. You can see the potential when he gets that touch to just glancing below the front end of his car. It flies off into the top corner direction. What a read that would have been. Gainer's trying to end it all right here with something special. It needs to be an extended air dribble with resets, bounces, or some creative ending to it if it's going to catch everybody's attention. The air dribble possibilities have really elevated recently thanks to players like Lead and Freestyle and Carball. And that one is indeed rest in pieces. Muri, turtle air dribble with dodge available. He's going for the setup on the opposite side, and it's not even close this time. So that might not be his preferred wall to shoot off. I don't know if he practices that rebound on both, but it is possible that he's got a favored side. Gainer, fairly lengthy air dribble already. It's going to be tough to keep this one up though, and indeed it does not stay airborne. Back over to Muri. Jiff, thanks to the 6-month tier 1. Welcome back. Remember to stay hydrated, everybody.
Love your stream, Johnny. Hope you're having a good one.
So it looks like this wall is also perfectly acceptable for Muri, and he's not far off that time. I know for a fact that wasn't the setup that he was looking for though, because a more arcing ball like the one we just saw from Muri, it's going to be more difficult to control and get on target. Gainer actually completely messes up his takeoff. Muri's going to get his one to function properly. And he's given up on the sidewall bounces for now. Looking for some sort of squash goal like I saw earlier, where he just lands on the ball in the back as it hits the back wall. Stop it dead and then work it in somehow with resets. Did I watch your montages? I actually did not freestyle, but I heard that you got some 85-minute air dribble or something stupid. That's like, isn't that longer than the ball carry world record? When the air dribble world record is a longer time than the ball carry world record, you know mechanics have gotten a little out of control. Gainer, way off target here. The pinch still threatened. Muri wasn't giving up on it right away. He wanted to stay with it just in case. So this could be it now. Muri's going for a more standard setup here. That's not the takeoff he wanted though. Really unfortunate, in fact, that the ball's kicked off sideways instead of vertically. Looks like Muri, no, he decided not to say anything. Gainer gonna attempt to set up on the right hand wall. Look for the reset first. That is why turtling is the preferential takeoff these days. I do think that the takeoff where you kind of skid off the corner of the goal is a bit cooler. I see that less often than the turtle takeoff these days. How has Fuser not been in Johnny White's stream? That's going to change. I don't know. Like, I'm not somebody who really watches Rocket League YouTube videos, so I don't know who all the freestylers are. I pretty much just have to ask my freestyler friends who they should get on stream. Like, there's Muri doing the takeoff that I was talking about. That's not a bad setup. It's going to be the goal for Muri. And he does get the last goal. He got the opening goal, he got the last goal. Now we're going to go back and look at them all, and you guys can decide who wins, but that was very, very clean to finish things off. Overall, Muri did score more, but Gainer might have had more consistently difficult shots. Let's go and check it out. I've not got 100% perfect memory for these. Now I have to hide Rocket League just briefly, but don't worry, it's just for a moment while I open up my replays folder, and then I can show it again. There we go. So these were the goals that were scored in this series. Let's watch them back and see who you guys have winning the whole thing. So starting us off was Muri. Turtle, air dribble into ceiling, reset on the ball, and then the backflip flick rebound. Pretty insane start. And he also had a more simple goal to finish off game number 2. Same takeoff with the reset available, or the dodge available, I should say. And then the attempted backflip flick rebound actually just fell in the top corner. Okay, I'm going to open up another replay here. Just give me a second. There we go. So game 2, Muri got the first goal, and it was another more simple one. Clasher765, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Really appreciate you, man. But you know, nonetheless, insane to get a read like this. Just a less elaborate setup, but still insanely impressive with the backflip flick rebound. And then, of course, we had Gainer with his first goal. Let me try and get on his perspective. We're probably not even at the start yet. Yes, he's still air dribbling all the way back here. But here he goes for the takeoff at 3 minutes 25 seconds. And straight away getting his reset. Do a couple of spins in the ceiling. Backflip flick to keep the ball alive. Bounces his car back into the air to keep the air dribble alive. But I think the most insane reset is the one that he does later on. This was certainly impressive, though, to keep that one up. You can see Muri was already moving in, expecting the air dribble to be over, but somehow Gainer kept it alive, and he scored, I think, a 26-second air dribble there, which finished off pretty close. At some point in the middle was really close to the ground. So here's Gainer rather's second goal. Reset, bounce, back into position, but he's not done yet. There's an even better recovery. So remember, he has his dodge here. Uses it to dodge back up into the air after his car landed on its back, and they continued the air dribble into the net. So insane recovery mechanics there for Gainer to keep it alive. Muri, actually this goal was just an own goal by Gainer to take us into overtime, and then Muri was able to get the last goal like this. S1 for 4200, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. This time he has his dodge by taking off next to the goal. Pretty difficult start, but he managed to recover well, and it's a different ending as well to his other goals that he got. Not a backflip rebound or backflip flick rebound, but this time he manages to get a double touch on it. Right into game 3, the final game. After this, we're gonna vote, or you guys are gonna vote on who you think is the winner of the series. It is a very close one. A couple of resets for Gainer, and he takes off into the air again, and just goes for a very well placed backflip flick to the top corner. He also got the next goal. Muri attempted a crossfield air dribble, failed, so Gainer decided to try one of his own and succeeded. Starts off with a 360 spin, uses the ceiling to slow down the ball a little bit. Couple of resets later, you've got yourself a flick goal, and Gainer was ahead by 2 here. So Muri decided to start scoring very late on into this one, and it was important that he did, because if he didn't get this goal, I don't think he was going to have an option of overtime. I don't think Gainer would have given it to him, but the backflip flick just dipped underneath the crossbar this time. Insane power from the halfway line, and this is how we finished off. The second goal this game for Muri was actually an own goal in order to go to overtime. Will I make a TikTok account? No, I will not. Not worth $100. And it's a backflip flick rebound once again for Gainer, or for Muri rather, to finish things off. So to summarize, we had we had a 2 backflip flick rebounds for Muri in the first game. One of them had a couple of flip resets in it as well. Gainer with some insane recovery air dribbles in game 2, and then Muri got a backflip flick rebound again, or a backflip flick double touch at the end of game 2. And then game 3, couple of backflip flick rebounds attempted for Gainer or for Muri. One of them just dipped underneath the bar it was a halfway line shot, really powerful, and Gainer had a couple of other air dribble reset goals. So pretty close stuff. I'm going to make a straw poll here, and you guys can vote on who you think won this one. Really, really close. I honestly have no idea who you guys are going to go for. So is it going to be MuiricleS, aka Muri, or Gainer? I'm going to paste this in the chat real quick in a second. Yeah, click that straw poll in order to get your vote cast. We'll see who you guys are going to give it to. Super close, really, really close. It's overall best goals, collection of best goals. Who performed better, basically. And let me figure out the split here. So 200 quid in dollars, $244. Yeah, loser here is going to be taking home 43. Winner gets 201. It's a pretty big win here for Gainer by the looks of things. He's way ahead, in fact, 60 to 40. Toaster Canada, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub. Really appreciate that. Split by pool percentage. That seems fair, actually. So we'll split the prize pool by the pool percentage. That's very, very fair. So it looks like it's going to be 41 and 59. It's been at that for a while. I'll paste it a few more times. So the final votes, get them in now if you haven't already voted. We got $244 to split, courtesy of Woodside Mob and RJC. It's not fair if you're showing the poll. I mean, people can look at it anyway. It's not like I'm the only one who can see the poll. People can look at it themselves. If they vote, they can see it. So me showing it doesn't really make a difference. According to Night Owl and Lead, Carball has been faking montage clips and then limited flips back as mod. I don't know. Freestyler drama, I guess. Alright, this seems to be where it settled at 42 to 58. So Gainer takes it. But it ends up being pretty close. So hold on, let me just figure out the prize pool split here. 42-58 was the final split. So Muri's going to be taking $102. Gainer's going to be taking $142. So that's actually ended up being pretty close. So let me make a note of that. Muri 102. The total thing was 244, and then 142 to Gainer. I'll make sure to get their PayPal information later. But yeah, GG's. Big shout out to Muri and Gainer for putting on the show. Who did I have winning? I honestly don't know. It was really, really hard. I didn't want to say before in case I influenced the poll too much because I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to influence votes at all, really. But I mean, personally, I would probably So there was 2 really good goals from Muri, and then 2 slightly easier ones. 2 pretty insane goals from Gainer. But there was also another couple of insane goals one from Muri too. Yeah, I think maybe Muri by like a hair, but I would have had the straw poll like even closer than you guys did. I would have had it at like 55-45. at the furthest apart, but I think maybe I would have edged it towards Muri, just because I think the creativity and variety, actually no, that's the wrong word. The improvisation was really good, although they both improvised pretty well. Oh, it's so close. They were both honestly insane today. This was really, really hard to call, like very hard to call. Like they're so even on so many different things, like how many good goals they actually scored. Yeah, probably have to edge it towards Muri just because he had slightly more variety, and that's probably because he scored slightly more goals.